How's it going, everyone? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. A little bit of a double shot. 2 for 2. 2 videos for the price of 1. How do you like me now? So as the story goes, I'm a huge Outrun fan. Okay, that cannot be denied. And I've got all the games pretty well, almost all of them. I've got Outrun for the Sega Genesis. I've recently picked up Outrun 2019. And the one game I don't have for the Genesis, besides Turbo Outrun, because that was a PAL exclusive, and that's not really a good game either. That's neither here nor there, is Outrunners. Now this game, it's an oddball, because by no means is the Sega Genesis version of this arcade classic, which was ported by Data East, by no means is this comparable to the arcade. Absolutely not. However, you would be a fool to write this one off. It's extremely fun to play. And not only that, to speedrun. And I learned that over the last year. You know, I put some time in on Outrunners. And if you can just, like I said, put the differences aside as far as comparing this to the arcade version, there's a lot of fun to be had here. Now, interesting to note, it's no secret, Outrun for the Sega Genesis, that's an expensive game, especially if you're looking to get it CIB. Now, define expensive, right? You can get it for about $100, last I checked. Is that expensive? Yes. Can I afford that? Yes. So it's not like we're talking thousands of dollars here, like some retro video games, right? $100. If I really wanted it, I could pull the trigger on it. Outrunners is somewhat uncommon, just like Outrun. You just don't see it that often anymore. And if you are lucky to come across it, usually it is loose cart. And Outrunners came out after the Sega Genesis label revision with the red label, which are prone to peel at the top of the cart. So the reason why I say this is because I've obviously had the opportunity to purchase Outrunners CIB if I jumped on eBay. Sure, I could do that, whatever it costs, $60, $70, right? But I've never seen Outrunners. Well, I shouldn't say never. I did come across it in Belleville last year, complete in box. And I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't cheap. It was probably about $60, $70, right? That's what it goes for. Complete in box, that's what it goes for. So I was recently on a little bit of a road trip, and I was in Kingston, Ontario. And as luck would have it, somebody who was obviously a retro gamer had a bunch of Sega paraphernalia listed for sale on the classifieds. He had a lot of heavy hitters. He had some Dreamcast, some other systems, but he also had Sega Genesis. I went through his list of games. He had a lot of good ones there, a lot that I already have, albeit he had some that were in better condition, and in some cases, again, complete in box, such as the original Road Rash. I do not have that complete in box. And looking back on it, maybe I should have picked that one up as well. However, as luck would have it, this guy had Outrunners listed. Complete in box. I could not believe it. And he was asking 70% of what the games are listed for on price charting. So obviously this guy's mentioning price charting. So he's obviously either a reseller or somebody that's, like I said, a retro enthusiast, because you wouldn't mention price charting in your advertisement, right? Unless you knew what you were talking about. So that being said, he was asking $45 complete in box for Outrunners, which is a really good deal. And I asked him, I said, would you meet me at 40? And he said he would. So I was friggin' over the moon. So I drive over there and I pick it up. And as you can see here it is. Now the problem with it, we've become so jaded as retro enthusiasts, we've become so jaded and skeptical when buying used video games, especially cartridges, that upon first glance, this copy of Outrunners complete in box is so pristine. Everything, the label on the cart, the box, everything, it is so pristine. I wasn't so sure that it was legit. I thought this might have been a repro. I did a close inspection. I did not take the card apart. But from what I can tell, this is 100% authentic. It just looks to be really mint. It is dead mint. This person was obviously a retro collector. Okay, this version of Outrunners, this copy of Outrunners still has the hang tab. The manual is in really good shape. It looks like this game has never been used before. So that's where we're at right now with regards to the retro collecting scene. I came across an authentic copy of Outrunners, and it was so clean, I almost had to question whether or not it was... Well, I did question whether or not it was authentic. Wrap your freaking head around that. It's just, you can never be too sure, because buying a repro today in 2024 is completely different than it was 15 years ago. The repros have come a long way, and I've seen some where it's really hard to tell whether or not it's legit. This one here, again, as far as I'm aware, it's legit. But man, is it ever getting tough to tell. You know, that's sad when you've got a legit copy and you're wondering if it's fake. Wrap your head around that. That's where we've come. That's where we're at. So, got a good deal on it. $40. Again, I might take it apart just to take a look at the board inside, but as far as I'm aware, this is legit. But man, oh man, this is getting tough. You really have to be careful when you're out there looking at these games. You really have to be careful. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on this? Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.